This is the Ram 2500 HD Power Wagon, and it's not getting like a ton of changes, but there is one that is very, very significant. It is getting a diesel powertrain. Maybe that is kind of big news. Well, what I do know is this. For what you're getting, you are also sacrificing some stuff. So we're going to talk about how it all levels out. Out of the gate, I'm going to remind folks that the 6.4-liter Hemi V8 still comes as the standard powertrain. However, Ram listened to their customers, and now you can get the Power Wagon with the 6.7-liter Cummins high-output inline-6 turbo diesel. This powertrain is a complete workhorse. It produces 430 horsepower, 1,075 pound-feet of torque, which is an absolutely monstrous number. It's mated to a TorqueFlite HD 8-speed automatic transmission in order to handle all of that power, and I think they mate together pretty well. You do get a little bit of lag when you're putting your foot into the throttle, but it is a very responsive and very powerful vehicle. My foot is maybe a quarter of the way into the throttle right now, and I'm getting a tremendous amount of quickness. So you need not worry there. But the Power Wagon is really purpose-built to pound on dirt. Now with that 4 figures of torque, you're really gonna be able to go up steep inclines or barrel over stuff. I mean, this is a really powerful beast. But with that diesel, remember, you still are going to be trading off some stuff. Because the engine package is heavier than the 6.4, you've got a different suspension under your diesel Power Wagon. It's the same one that's under the Ram Rebel. It's a front 3-link suspension and a rear 5-link coil suspension, both with Bilstein monotube shocks and springs. For more stability, a Bilstein damper connects the rear axle to the frame. You are also going to sacrifice your approach, departure, and breakover angles. That is because you are lower. Your ground clearance here is 13.2 inches, where in the Power Wagon that has that Hemi, you are at 14.2 inches. So that is a significant amount of ground clearance, and you are giving up quite a bit if this is indeed what it is, which is an off-road kind of purpose-built truck. One other thing that I think might be a little bit distressing to some people is because you have your intercooler up here, you're trying to cool off a lot of power and a lot of torque up here. There is no longer a factory option for a winch because they cannot figure out the geometry here in order to get that into place where government regulations demand that they do. You will have to go aftermarket, get a whole new bumper for this, and have your winch installed at your own expense. That might be a little bit of a tough pill to swallow. You do get a front locker in addition to the rear, which is great. Also, when that rear locker isn't employed, it acts as a limited slip differential. You also get a front disconnecting sway bar. It gives you increased articulation for crawling and comfort on the trail. So those are great off-road enhancers, but again, with the diesel, are you getting more than you are giving up? I mean, ultimately, that's gonna be for every single person buying this truck to decide. And at least you still have the Hemi option. I am not currently towing. I don't have the ability to do that right now, but with the diesel, you are looking at a max towing capacity of 20,000 pounds. That's up a little bit from the Hemi V8. Payload capacity is closer to 3,000 pounds. As far as the driving on road, I'm gonna say that the ride feels pretty lively to me, and I think it would actually benefit from a little bit of a load in the back. Certainly it's comfortable, definitely drives like a truck, and I personally like how that feels. Not a ton of refinement, but still very, very comfortable, and yeah, I could do long distances in this, and I've actually driven a long trip and was perfectly comfortable. The one place though that I will say I would like it to be a little bit adjusted is in the steering. The steering is very light. Again, if I've got a load that I'm pulling or I'm driving off-road, then I think the lightness will be to my advantage. But just driving it on a commute, it does require quite a bit of babysitting, and that can be a little tiring on a longer journey. You do have some safety features. I did use adaptive cruise control, and it's not a true stop and go system. If you come to a full stop, it actually will just turn off the whole system, which is a little bit unfortunate because in traffic you definitely stop a lot. But I do like the fact that it kind of keeps you in between the lines, so you are kind of driving a big vehicle and you feel quite safe knowing kind of exactly where you are. I do like that you can put this in two-wheel drive and not have to engage an all-wheel drive system, so that will save you fuel. And the 31-gallon tank, you can get up to 600 miles of range in this thing, which I think is a really impressive number. Standard, you're gonna get a 12-inch touch screen here, but you can upgrade that to a 15-inch screen. A couple of things I'm gonna say about this. I mean, it's the Uconnect 5 system, which I don't mind. I think some people are kind of, on the fence about it. I actually find it highly customizable and I like it. The thing that I have a trouble with is there's nowhere to brace your hand. So when you're driving and you're trying to maybe interact with it a little bit, talk about you're changing stations or going to your CarPlay, if you're bouncing around, and you are in this truck, you really don't have anywhere to stabilize your hand, and I wish they did. It's a light touch, and so you don't need to kind of really press on it all that hard. So you can, you can get there sort of easily, but I still wish that you had a little place to rest your hand. I would also prefer that this was horizontally oriented instead of vertically. I feel like we've tried this, it had a moment, but let's just go back to this. One other cool thing that I'd like to point out just in the second row about storage is there's this little shelf system here that you can employ. You kind of pull this out. These are the little legs, and you can rest this down here. This will fit over your cup holders here, just so you can put some larger items back here in the footrest area. There's good legroom back here, even for tall people like Mike Danger. To help with towing, you can get a trailer reverse guidance system, surround 360 camera, and cargo view cameras, but those are part of a package that will cost extra, as is a trailer tire pressure sensor. Same with some of the more advanced safety features I was talking about earlier, including adaptive steering, forward collision mitigations, and active lane keeping. Those are add-ons in the safety group. So let's talk about pricing for a second. On the current Power Wagon, the base model, you're looking at around $75,000. Base for this with the diesel engine is $89,560. So that means that for the diesel engine, you're looking at a premium of about $13,000. So if you are opting for the diesel, that means you really better know what it is that you want. If you are ready and you know, well, click on that link above and Kelley Blue Book can help you find a fair purchase price on this monster. If you're in the market for a 3/4-ton diesel truck, well, you've got options in the Silverado from Chevrolet. The GMC Sierra also gets a Duramax turbo diesel. So does the Ford F-250 Super Duty. All of those come with off-road options and packages which directly compete with the Power Wagon's off-road capability, or the diesel's lack thereof. Overall, I think Ram had a pretty tough assignment here when it came to the brief. Putting in a diesel engine while still having to sacrifice some capability of the Power Wagon. I don't know if it's for me to say that they did a good job or not. Really, what matters is if this is going to be a tool that is going to work for you. So, pros, cons, you're gonna have to decide which are the ones that are more important to you. Personally, I love what Ram is doing right now. They've got a whole lineup of purpose-built off-roading trucks, from the base model all the way up to something that's a lot more expensive. So, if I'm buying this, and my priority is doing off-roading, I'm probably gonna opt for the Hemi V8 because of the geometry. However, if your priorities are an extended range and fuel economy, or that sick amount of torque that you're gonna get with this, then absolutely, give this one a check out. I don't think it's gonna disappoint. If you're in the market, well, check out the Ram 2500 heavy duty Power Wagon diesel.